The movie starts with a scene of a hospital. A father named Sang Hyen comes there. It was his responsibility to check patients with serious conditions. We are shown a miserable patient. He was telling the father and the nurse the story of his life. He requests father to play flute for him. But as father comes with a flute, that patient dies of pain. Later, the father goes to a charter house. Tests are conducted there for the treatment of a savage virus. The father also wanted to become a part of these experiments. This was the purpose behind his arrival here. Father was a kind-hearted man and sympathized with the people. Therefore, he liked to help deserving people. A senior there warns father that this experiment is risky for your life. But without caring about his life, he takes part in it. In this experiment, that dangerous virus is injected into father's body. For its treatment, the blood of the recovered patient is injected into his body. But unluckily, this experiment fails. Father is kept in the charter house for 1 month. After some days, symptoms of that virus start to appear on his body. He starts playing that flute again. Suddenly, his mouth starts bleeding. Because of which, that flute breaks. Then all the doctors transfer blood into father's body. After it, father recovers speedily. Strangely, he was one of the 100 who recovered. After this incident, people started considering him lucky and genius. His dignity became greater than ever. Father Sang Hyen meets his senior father who was blind. Then father goes to a child's birthday and makes this child happy by doing celebrations. Because this child had brain cancer. Suddenly there comes a nervous lady. She asks father to help her by going with her because his son was so sick. Going there, father acknowledges that the man was none other than this childhood friend. His name was Kong Woo. His wife named Tae-ju was also there. Kong Woo's mother invites father on dinner. There, we notice that father is taking interest in Kong Woo's wife, Tae-ju. Kong Woo was much recovered and had come home now. 3 people come to meet Kong Woo there. It included a couple and a police officer. They meet father there as well. They were playing a dice game. There we see that Kong Woo misbehaves with his wife, Tae-ju, in front of all. Due to this, Tae-ju gets hurt. Then we see that father has come home but he was having bad feelings. Here we see that the blood cells of the father are converting. He becomes unconscious and the next morning, he wakes up as a vampire. Here the question arises that how did he become a vampire? In fact, that failed experiment had a devastating effect on him. The blood which was transferred into his body left a bad effect on him. As a result, he became a vampire. Then father goes to check a patient. Seeing the flowing blood, his inner vampire activates. At first, he controlled himself but gradually he started losing his control. He was becoming edgy to fulfill his need. Here we realize that those symptoms and marks will disappear only when he drinks someone's blood. If he didn't get blood, those marks will appear again. As the father was a vampire now, so he had many more powers than before. He jumped off the building but still, he didn't get hurt. Tae-ju had a habit of sleepwalking. She comes to a street where father was present. Then we see father storing the blood to quench his thirst, so that he won't be accused of murder. Father goes to Kong Woo's house and Tae-ju and father fall in love there. Tae-ju seeks permission from her mother-in-law to stay in the hospital for a night. Father and Tae-ju meet there. They loved each other a lot so they were unable to control their emotions. Father confesses to Tae-ju that he loves her so, "I won't hide anything from you." He claims that he is a vampire. Tae-ju gets scared and runs away. Father relaxes her and says that we'll both go far away from here. We'll happily spend their lives there. We live a happy life there. Tae-ju says that I can give you a better idea than this. The idea is that you kill my husband, Kong Woo. Then they will live independently. But father doesn't show any response. Father jumps from building to building holding Tae-ju. Tae-ju enjoys it a lot. Father goes to his senior father again. Father says that I am blind, so can you give me your vampire blood so that I can see with my eyes last time? Then father Sang Hyen replies that I am not father anymore, so I can't give you my blood. He doesn't give him blood. Father notices a mark on Tae-ju's neck. He asks if Kong Woo did it. She says, yes. It makes him so angry. Taeju, father, and Kong-woo go to a river. Here, father kills Kong-woo by drowning him in water to get revenge. Taeju gets injured as well. Father throws Taeju into the river and runs himself. He does this so that police will take it as an accident, not a murder. Then father comes to the charter house and there he meets his senior father again. There he requests him again to give him his vampire blood. So that I see this world too. He says that alright. I will give you my vampire blood, but in return, you'll have to pray for me. Senior father does the same and prays for him. At the same time, those symptoms start appearing on Father Sang-hyen's body. His inner vampire activates again. He kills the senior father to fulfill his need. Police were investigating about Kong-woo's death. Kong-woo's mother became paralyzed. She was suspicious of the father that he killed her son. Taeju and father were together when Kong-woo's soul comes to scare them. Intoxicated, she spills out that her husband has not touched her to this day. Instead, she lied about the behavior of her husband. Hearing it, father feels sad that he killed an innocent man. Father gets angry with Taeju. Taeju becomes really embarrassed and she asks father to kill her. Father does the same by compressing her throat and kills her. Later, he drinks blood from her body. Father was feeling so lonely. He decides that he'll make Taeju a vampire as well. Thinking this, he lets her drink his vampire blood. Then, Taeju opens her eyes and she is a vampire now. Kong-woo's mother was noticing everything. Taeju starts killing everyone as she has become a vampire now. She enjoys a lot by drinking human blood. Father doesn't like that she's killing everyone. Because he only killed people when his needs got out of his control. Father and Taeju jumps from building to building and fights with each other. Then those three friends come to Kong-woo's house again. With the help of the dice, Kong-woo's mother was trying to reveal something. She gives them a gesture that his son is killed by father and Taeju. Taeju was killing one of Kong-woo's friends. Father tries to save him but all in vain. Father kills that lady himself. Then father, Taeju, and Kong-woo's mother decide to escape and run away by a car. Then they reach a deserted place and no one was there except them. That place was open and if the sun shines on them, they will not be able to survive. Taeju understood that vampires die in the sunlight. Therefore, father brought them here for this purpose. Taeju tries to hide father and herself in the car trunk. But father breaks it. They understood that their survival is impossible now. They could see their death in front of them and they were waiting for it. The sun shines on them and they start burning. Slowly, they burn and turn into ashes. Kong-woo's mother was watching them turning into ashes. She was happy to see them being killed and destroyed. This movie ends with the end of their story.